I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes, kind of taking it all in. And this episode is by far my favorite. Yeah, you can't beat this episode. Before I go further, I'm going to spoil the living crap out of this episode. So if you have not seen it, don't watch this. Please go watch the episode and then come back and with that excitement, and we can talk spoilers then. I'll start at the beginning and the parts I thought were cool. So you thought we had the crew together, right? No. We go to this random planet and we find Bo-Katan. We find Bo-Katan and her sidekick, played by Sasha Banks. I forget her name. I apologize, guys. It's 4 a.m. Anyway, Boba Fett walks in there with Mando, and it's cool to see Mandalorians, like multiple of them together, interacting. It's kind of cool. So they go in there and Din offers help. He's like, hey, there's a big ship Moff Gideon's on. You can have it to reclaim Mandalore. She's like, you can't find him. And then Boba's like, we don't need these runts or whatever. And then they get in an argument about who's Mandalore, who's not. And then they get in a fight. Then Bo's like, stop. Then she's like, all right, I believe you. Let's go find Moff Gideon. I want the Darksaber to reclaim Mandalore. Now we've got the crew, we got a plan, and we got the destination. We get to Moff Gideon's ship. We're kind of working through it, right? Everyone's shooting there, shooting that. There's a main group, basically everyone except Mando are shooting their way to the bridge. And then Mando's, doing his off to the side stuff, going to find Grogu. They eventually work through everyone, and Mando actually is able to get the Dark Troopers off the ship by like the airlock or whatever, which they're going to come back, and they do. Which I'm going to say now, the Dark Trooper designs in this episode are perfect. And their new theme, it's like a little dubstep. It's so cool. I really like it. Anyways, Din gets to the holding center where they're holding Grogu, and none other than Moff Gideon's in there holding the Darksaber over him. Basically, Moff Gideon tricks Din and saying, hey, just take the child. I already got his blood. I don't need anything else. And he lied, and then they start to tussle, and then they get in this awesome battle with a staff and a Darksaber. It's super, super cool. By the way, there was a lot of fucking cool moments in this episode. It's too many to count. So inevitably, Din Djarin actually beats Moff Gideon in single-hand combat. Now, I'm going to cover this now instead of later, because later in the episode, you know what I'm going to cover, and I'm going to cover that in length. So I'm going to keep that for the end, and then I'll just cover kind of the sides kind of stuff now, and maybe for the future of the show. So Mando actually takes the saber, and Moff Gideon knows this, and Bo-Katan knows this. Only in battle can you reclaim the saber. And at the end of the episode, Moff kind of brings this up, like, mockingly, and she's like, yeah, I can't actually, unless we fight Din, I can't get it from you. And that was, not settled, so we'll probably settle that next season. You can make your theories of, Bo-Katan or is going to do this or Din's going to do that, but who knows? I'm super excited for the next season. We'll see what happens. So now we get to the bridge, and, the Dark Troopers that we got out of the ship are now coming back underneath. And they're making their way to the bridge. It's ominous. The music is awesome. The footsteps, just the design of these Dark Troopers are awesome. So we get to the door and they're just pounding it. It's like one of those moments to where like everyone's looking at the door and at any second it's going to open up and there's going to be a big fight going on. And we're in the bridge, everyone's aiming down their sights and everyone's looking at the door ready for this, kind of valiant stand, because the Dark Troopers you can't really beat. There's like 40 or 50 of them, which yeah, you're not going to beat that. Then all of a sudden something goes off in the bridge, and then an X-Wing comes out of nowhere in the shot. I will admit, at first, I kind of thought it was like the Dave Filoni, Trapper Wolf character showing up, but I kind of knew that it was going to be the Jedi. And now, even for a little bit, I was like, it could still be Ezra. I don't know how we got an X-Wing, but it still could be Ezra. The unidentified character lands in the hangar bay, and you see a black glove, and at this point, you know exactly who it is. Yes, you guessed it. Or if you have seen the episode, yes, it is Luke Skywalker. Now, I'm going to tip my hat. I'm going to tip this to anyone who guessed Luke. I really did not think Luke was going to show up. That was kind of like on my last thought process of who would show up in the show. But hey, I got to give it to you guys. You guys nailed it. I really did not think so. Hey, kudos to you guys. You guys killed it. Whoever guessed it, you guys are awesome. In my prediction, Ezra, I think, is going to be more focused on the Ahsoka, show that's going to be coming out very soon. But I won't get into that here. Anyway, Luke is making, obviously, light work of these Dark Troopers. He's moving up to the bridge. He's killing all of them. He's a master Jedi. Of course, he's going to work through them. And he works up to the bridge, and he kills them all, and then Din's like, open the door, and they're like, are you crazy? Whatever, because, it's kind of, I like it because these people don't know Jedi, and they haven't, at least Bo-Katan, I know Bo-Katan knows them, but These people don't know a Jedi. They've never even seen them in their lifetime. So they don't know if they're good, evil, indifferent, whatever. Then opens the door, and it's none other than deep fake Luke. Now, I'm actually going to be a supporter of this. I know you guys are going to be all over social media in this next couple of days, weeks, etc. And people are not going to like it. People don't like deep fakes. I personally think it's good for where it was in the show, and I like it. So I'm just going crazy watching this thing. I mean, Luke showing up in a TV show. I mean, it's funny. I was just watching Rise of Skywalker, and Luke in that. Luke is such a great character. Oh my god, he's such a great character. But this is where me, began to cry. There's actually a moment where Din's like, he doesn't want to go with you, Luke. And, you know, Luke's like, he's asking for your permission, Mando, to come with me. And then he picks up Grogu, and then Grogu grabs his helmet. You know, it's so cute. And then Din takes off his fucking helmet, man. Oh. Right there, I'm still emotional about it. Seriously, to this moment, such a beautiful moment between our two characters from the very beginning. I really enjoyed it. It was perfect, you know. And then they do this long shot where Grogu and Din are just looking at each other, and Din starts to cry, and then I start to cry, and then everyone's crying, and oh god. And then the door and the elevator doors close, and that's the episode. So you thought. I even thought the episode was over because, you know, the credits start to roll, and I usually do live streams after every episode. So I, started a live stream, and I was like, hey, everyone, this episode was, crazy sad. And then as I start to begin to talk, a scene starts. I'm like, hold on, end. And there's actually a post-credit scene. And then the end credit scene is Boba going to Jabba's palace. It's funny that Jabba, his like side henchman, I always forget his name, but that he assumed control after Jabba, was killed. And then Boba and Fennec walk in there and kill everyone, and then Boba just sits on the throne, assuming, the Hutt cartel. And then it blank screens and says the Book of Boba Fett. And apparently we're getting a freaking brand new show in December next year. I mean, what the actual hell? I'm in an emotional roller coaster at 4 a.m. I can't take this all the time, man. But it's perfect. Warms my heart. Maybe we'll get to see maybe some criminal underworld stuff with Boba Fett's perspective. I mean, come on, dude. With Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, Disney. Thank you guys so damn much for what you're doing for Star Wars, man. We're heading in a great direction. I'm super excited to see where it's going, and whew, what a great episode. I mean, I know I'm all over the fucking place, but thanks guys for watching. If you like this episode as much as I, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. All my social links are in the description of this video. I Twitch stream every single day except weekends, but if you're interested in something like that, make sure to follow me on Twitch. Other than that, guys, it's going to be the last review until, next season. I'm really going to miss these reviews, man. I really enjoy this show. I really love these characters, and yeah, I guess this is the way.